Good evening. I was waiting till others join, but only few people have joined today. Only 4. Nevertheless, in the interest of time, let's start. Let others join. So we have completed up to chapter 7. Now today we have chapter 8. Let me share the quiz. Probably within today and another one day we are done with the questions, right? Let's see. Probably I can complete about 2 to 3 chapters today because those are short questions. Then let's see. Let me share chapter 8. Right. We'll start. I'll get the poll. Question number 1. Right, I've got 3 responses. Let's see the question. What are the benefits of separating input from formula when building financial models in Excel? Add flexibility, ability to run multiple scenarios, changes in assumptions flow through the model automatically. Sensitivity analysis can be built into the model. So if you look at the given responses, all the points given are relevant. They are all benefits. At flexibility, you can run multiple scenarios. When the changes in assumption, when you update it, automatically the model will get updated. And also you can build into the build sensitivity analysis also to the systems, right? So you can say, what if this increases by 10%, what will be the results? You can do that kind of exercise as well. So all of them is the answer, right? All of the board, D. Right. Question number 2. Right. Let's see the question. All of the following are limiting assumptions that can be made when firms build their models. Apart from which one? Relationship between the past and future, the state of the business environment at the point when the model was designed, the capital required to cover the potential scenarios, the shape of any underlying distribution used by the model. So the question is, all are limiting assumptions that can be made when firms build their models. So that you need to figure out what is the relevant one here. If you look at this, when you build a model, you need to get most of these things into account. But if you look at the third one, that is a different thing. It says capital required to cover the potential scenarios. That means when you have a scenario, you are building a scenario in the model. But the capital requirement here is to cover the scenario. So that's a different requirement apart from the matter that you are going to handle with the model. So that has nothing to do with the model building. So the correct answer therefore is C. Right. Question number 3. Right, let's see the question. Question number 3. The question is, which function is responsible for assessing the overall effectiveness of the model risk management framework? Overall effectiveness of the model risk management framework. Chief Risk Officer, Board of Directors, Senior Management, Internal Audit. So assessing the effectiveness. You need to understand, right? We discussed each function has different parts, right? Managing the day-to-day risk is the respective management functions. operationals. Right? Monitoring that is risk department. Then overall, the oversight function is the board. The effectiveness, right? Effectiveness is tested by the auditors. Don't forget it, right? The term effectiveness always goes with audit, right? Testing the effectiveness is the auditor's role. So the correct answer is D. So none of you have got the correct answer anyway, right? Question number 4. Right. Let's see. Question number 4. Which of the following is not a common assumption? Again, read the question properly. Not a common assumption that can produce inaccurate credit risk calculations and inaccurate risk inaccuracies in risk models. Using simplified calculations for current exposure, assuming that some exposures have equal credit risk, assuming that default risk stays the same over time, lack of recognition of portfolio diversification. Not a common assumption that can produce inaccurate credit risk calculations, right? So in other words, there are 3 things here, right? 3 things which comes to the category common assumption that can produce inaccuracies, right? Common assumptions that can produce inaccurate credit risk. Assuming that some of the exposures have equal credit risk, yes, that assumption is a dangerous one, so that can create inaccuracies. Assuming that default risk stays same over time, which is not the case, but that assumption can produce inaccurate results. Lack of recognition of portfolio diversification, yes, you don't recognize that, that is an assumption that can produce inaccuracy. So all these 3 points are valid. But the first one uses simplified calculation of the current exposure. Current exposure, there's no need. That will not going to predict its future because it's a current thing. So that's why this kind of question you have to be very careful, right? If you don't get the question, read it several times. So that's why I told you easier thing is forget about the not part, right? Then you'll get confused. Forget about the not. Then read the rest. Common assumption that can produce inaccurate credit risk calculation. Right? So technically, three of the given answers should be within this. So you need to figure out the one that is not. That will become the not part. So as I told you, B, C, and D falls within this. Therefore, the obvious answer is A. Right? You have to be very careful and tactful when reading the questions at the exam. Question number 5. Right. Only one person has responded. I'll give you some more time. Okay, I got two people at least by now. Let me see the question. Which one of the following best describes market value at risk in the context of risk modeling? Now we are looking at not market risk alone, we are looking at market risk in the context of risk modeling, model risk. It expresses the minimum market loss that can occur with a specified period. It expresses the maximum market loss that can occur with a specified confidence over a period. It expresses the minimum market loss that can occur with a specified confidence over an unspecified period. It expresses the maximum market loss that can occur with a specified confidence over an unspecified period. Right. When we talk about risk value at risk, we always say we give the risk limit, we give the confidence, we also talk about the period. That means the loss is about the higher end, right? The maximum loss. That's what we define, not the minimum. So it's about the maximum loss. It's for a specified period and for a given confidence level. So all that is clearly given in the second answer. It expresses the maximum market loss that can occur with a specified confidence over a specified period. So the word period is not there, but it's understood is period. Correct answer is B. Right. Question number 6. Right, let's see the question. What was the primary purpose of introducing pricing models into the options market? We did not discuss this kind of difficulties in the class, but it's something that we get through common knowledge, right? If you explore this, you can get those. And let's see the answers. Private professor introduces the pricing models. Technically, when you introduce any model into stock market to any market, why you introduce model or any kind of frameworks, that is to make sure that you reduce multiple options used by different party, or maybe to bring everyone on the same platform kind of a thing, or same procedure. So in other words, to standardize the mechanism, right? So the answer is to reduce counterparty risk, to reduce option volatility, to standardize option pricing, to move more options contracts off exchange. So if you look at A and B, that is none of the stock market's problem, because the market is there to facilitate transaction. The players in the market will take care of the risk. So A and B mostly to do with the risk management. But the correct answer is C, right? The market introduces procedures to standardize. D, to move the options contract off exchange. No, the market would not do things to take the players out the market, right? They will keep them within this. So the correct answer is C. Right. Question number 7. Right. Let's see the question. With recent developments in the risk management, total risk is now often measured using what model? Right? Total risk. Expected shortfall model, correlation simulation model, integrated VR model, historical simulation model. So when you look at this, you should be able to pick some technical terms that will indicate. So here the idea is total risk. That means a holistic risk. So holistic risk is called enterprise, or we also use the term integrated. Integrated. So the integrated VR model is the correct answer. C. 8. Right? Only one person has responded, unfortunately. Let me see. Risk workshop outputs are primarily aimed to capture estimates of each of the following scenarios. Apart from which one? That means there are three good things, and there's one that is not matching. So because the question is apart from, right? Apart from this one, which one? The time period over which a scenario might occur, the average loss for it to occur, the frequency with which such scenario might occur, the severity of the loss that could occur in an extreme case. Yes, when you developing outputs, we look at the future scenarios, then we look at how much loss, average estimated loss, how often will it occur, and what could be the loss in a severe or extreme case. We look at all this, but the time period over with that scenario, because when you look at the future, we do not generally define the time period as such because our objective is to identify the possibilities, not when it will happen. You can't say next year or the year after or 5 years time. We don't look at that. We look at whether there's a possibility for it to happen. On that basis, we build the scenarios. So the correct answer is A. Right. 9. Right. Let's see the question. Which of the following tests the accuracy of risk models against extreme market event scenarios? Back testing, correlation simulation, stress testing, historical simulation. Yeah. Test the accuracy of risk models against extreme market event scenarios. Yes, all of you have answered correctly. The correct answer is stress testing. Yeah, let's see. That's good. Let's go to the last question of this paper. Right. Let's see the question. Which method of testing VR uses extreme market events against the model? Model risk, backtesting, stress testing, operational risk. I think more or less similar questions. The answer is the same. Answer is the same. Stress testing. So yeah, you have got the correct answer. It's C. Right. That's the end of this paper. Let's go to the next topic. Chapter 9. Right. One more to go after this. Sure. Right. Chapter 9, question number 1. Right. Let's see the question. Research has shown that leadership is a personality trait, which means that ineffective leaders may need to be replaced. Leadership is a skill as much as a personality trait, and an effective leader will alter their style accordingly. Leadership is a personality trait, and effective leaders will need to be placed within a department that best suits their style. Leadership is solely a skill and does not require any sympathy with the business strategy. Yeah, so this is, you don't need any technical knowledge. It's a, kind of a common statement you need to understand. So from the given statements, the best statement is B. I'm glad that those who have responded have picked the correct answer. Right? Leadership is a skill as much as a personality trait, and an effective leader will alter their style accordingly. So they are agile. They are able to alter their style to suit the situation. Good. Question number 2. Right. Let's see the question. Which of the following describes due diligence? Due diligence. Care and attention, following legal procedures, best practice, being thoughtful. No. Due diligence, we generally say before a business acquisition take place, right? We do a due diligence. That's a technical term we use. What it means? Due diligence. Diligence is attention, right? So the correct answer is care and attention. Care and attention, right? The required care and attention. Due diligence. A. Question number 3. Right. Question number 3. The internal audit department within a financial organization is overseen by the senior managers of the department under review. Is only allowed access to certain aspects of the trade life cycle. Monitors the transaction life cycle continuously. Provides an independent assessment of effectiveness of the organization's risk management process. So I explained you earlier as well. The term effectiveness always goes with the audit, right? So the correct answer is D. Question number 4. Right. Let's see the question. Question number 4. Why is compliance given such a high priority within financial organizations? Because it enhances the transparency of the risk mitigation process, because there is a sound ethical basis for doing so, because the board of directors are held personally liable for violations, because the compliance department is staffed by senior members of the firm. Right. If you look at the question is about why the compliance is given such a priority, right? Priority. The question is not about why compliance is important. It's not the question. When you ask why compliance is important, you're talking about the value of that function. But when the question is about why it is given priority, it is given priority. That means somebody is making it a priority area. So technically, it's the governance structure. That's the board of directors. So they are the people who make those priorities, right? They want to consider it as a priority. Why? Because it affects them. Because it affects them, right? So compliance, non-compliance will have consequences for the directors personally because they are liable. So therefore, they don't want to take a chance. So they make it a priority. So, so the correct answer for the given question is C. Right. Question number 5. Right. Let's see the question. Role of audit committees: head up internal audits, liaise with external auditors and directors, the audit report, compliance. All of the above, 1 and 2, 4 only, 3 only. So if you look at the given list, yeah, there are internal audit, yes, that is audit committee's role, right? The board audit committee. Internal audit, yes. Liaise with external auditors and directors, yes, that is part of their role. The audit report, no, they are not doing the audit report. They are reviewing the report presented by the auditors, right? That is not a role of the audit committee. Compliance is also not a role of the audit committee. That's a compliance function is there that is reported to the risk committee. So therefore, the correct points here are only 1 and 2. So the correct answer therefore is B. B. Right. Question number 6. Right. Question number 6. A bank uses certain techniques to ensure that it stays within the risk appetite and profitability goals. These techniques include behavioral analysis, liquidity risk techniques, setting and monitoring liquidity limits, ensuring diversification. So the question is certain techniques to ensure that it stays within this risk appetite and profitability goals. Right. Behavioral analysis, yes, we do. Liquidity risk, yes. Setting and monitoring liquidity limits, yes. Ensuring diversification, that's also yes. So if you look at the given list, everything is relevant. So the correct answer is D. Correct answer is D. Let's go to question number 7. Right. Let's see the question. Which of the following is an area of business in which financial services firm needs legal advice? Netting of contracts, derivatives, money laundering. All of the above, only 1, 2, and 3, 2 and 3. Now, if you look at, right, it says this what following an area of business in which financial services firm need legal advice. Yeah, you need to deal with legal matters, so we require legal advice. But if you look at practically, all the areas given in this list have legal implications. Netting off, right? That is netting. You have to have an agreement, something. Contracts, derivative also you need legal uh, requirements, contracting, etc. And then money laundering. So there are issues that need legal advice in resolving them. So the correct answer therefore is all of the above. All of the above. That is A. A. Right now the time is 8:30. Let's take a break and continue the rest. Then once we finish this paper, we can start a new paper. Probably we can finish it off today. Yeah, we'll take a break. Right. So we have done up to question number 7 earlier. Let's continue from there. Question number 8. Right, I've got two responses. Let's see the question. When maintaining the corporate culture and in particular addressing operational risks, it is vital that effective policies, procedures are developed. This would be the role of Chief Executive Officer, Chief Operating Officer, Senior Management, the Board. So the correct answer is Senior Management. All of you have got it right. Let's move. Question number 9. Right, let's see the question. A rug trader has managed to build a substantial trade unknown to the firm, resulting in substantial losses, damage to their reputation, and regulatory fines. Which of the following could explain why this has occurred? Insufficient training of trader, inadequate operational risk culture within the organization, poor monitoring of positions and credit limits, systems such as Chinese walls and firewalls are fundamentally flawed. So read it very carefully, right? A trader has managed to build up substantial trades. So you have built substantial trades unknown to the firms. That means this trader has been building up trades, but the firm was not aware. Why it was not aware? Because they did not monitor, right? There's no monitoring and no credit limits. If there were limits, if there were monitoring, this could have been avoided or detected. So the correct answer is C, right? Let's go to question number 10. Right. Let's see the question. This is the last question of this paper. When establishing a firm-wide approach to an operational risk framework, it is important to have the board of directors accountable. Which of the following best describes why this is so important? To enable any breaches to be punished by the regulator from operational to strategic levels. To enable the board to have a feel for how the company is being managed. To ensure the establishment of an effective corporate culture. To ensure there is consistency across the whole company with regard to operational risk. Yeah, so if we look at the given answers, the best answer is to ensure the establishment of an effective corporate culture. So creating a culture. So you do all that to create that culture in the organization. So the correct answer is C. Right. That is the end of chapter 9. So let's start the last one, chapter 10 also. If possible, let's try to finish it so that we can close it today. Right. If you can go fast, I can also discuss the questions faster. Let's see. Question number 1. This is the last topic. Right, let's see the question. Which of the following is an important factor when considering implementing an enterprise risk management function? That firm-wide risk management function. External audit approval, compliance approval, regulatory approval, leadership in the formation of a favorable risk culture. Yeah. So more than anything, right? The leadership in the formation of a favorable risk culture. But if the leadership is not supportive, we will not succeed. So the correct answer therefore is D. Right. Question number 2. Right. This is the question. How is ERM different to any risk management process? ERM integrates the management of all risks within the firm. ERM focuses on key risks facing the firm. ERM is more concerned about the risk reporting method. ERM is the fashionable term given to risk management. So I think it's very clear. The first one is the best answer. ERM integrates the management of all risks within the firm. So the correct answer is A. Right. Let's go. Question number 3. Right, let's see the question. Integrated risk management is also called which of the following? Enterprise risk management, market risk management, global risk management, credit risk management. The answer is obvious, enterprise risk management. Question number 4. Right, let's see. I've got 23 responses. Which of the following is not a specific goal of an ERP orientation program? Oriented program. Sorry, one answer is missing. My mistake. Right. Anyway, the given answers are adequate to answer. To define the risk appetite in the context, to define the and quantify its market risk exposure, to enable decision making through aggregate risk reporting, to allow comparison of the firm's risk profile. Yeah, from the given answers you can see the response would be not, right? Not. So then to define and quantify its market risk exposure, that is not ERN objective. So the answer is B. Fine. Right. Question number 5. Which of the following is not an objective of enterprise risk management? To manage the consequences of risk in an integrated manner, to ensure the firm uses a top-down approach, to provide an understanding of total risk exposure, to optimize all the overall risk exposure. Yeah, it's obvious, I think, like the previous one. B doesn't seem to be okay. To ensure the firm uses a top-down approach. That is not enterprise's objective. Answer is B. Question number 6. 5. Question number 6. For strategic planning, which is would typically have a time horizon of at least 10 years. Credit risk, ESG risk, strategic risk, operational risk. Yeah, so that is ESG risk, environmental social governance. These are kind of long-term ones, not very short-term. Right? With these things, it take times to materialize, and we always when you even planning, you keep a long-term horizon in mind when you plan things. So the correct answer is B. 7. right? The question is, which one of the following business functions would not typically participate, right? Not typically participate in an ERA program. Finance department, strategic planning, operation department, credit risk department. See, right. In an ERA program, you look at the holistic department, right? So then operation department is the correct answer. C. C. Let's go to the next question. Question number 8. Right. Question number 8. When setting business strategies, ESG risk-related considerations are taken into account by embedding which of the following into risk appetite framework? Only material ESG risk factors, only immaterial ESG risk factors, both material and immaterial, either material, no immaterial. So it's very obvious because when you take risk factors, you have to take only material ones. Otherwise, no point, right? So the correct answer is A, right? Only material ones. Otherwise, you can't entertain everything. Answer is A. Right, next question. Right, I only got one response. Let's see what the question is. ERM allows firm to do all of the following apart from which one? Assign the firm's limited resource to the areas of most relative risk. Compare the firm's risk profile to available risk capital. Develop a sound model risk governance framework. Use a firm-wide risk view to define firm's risk appetite. Yeah, so it covers all of them, but C is not coming under ER thing. So it's a model risk governance framework is model risk related ones. Right? So the correct answer is C. We'll do one more, 10, right? Right. Let's see. Right, sorry. So enterprise risk management is, that's the question. The process by which a financial organization manages its business risk and an integrated risk management process encompassing all major risk types. The process that enables the firms to measure and assess its strategic exposures. An integrated risk management process encompasses business and strategic risk. If you look at this, the correct explanation is both D and B gives somewhat similar, but the best one is B. An integrated risk management process encompassing all major financial risk types is the best one, B. Right. So with that, we have done 10 questions of the last chapter as well. Of course, we have about 5 more questions, not five, yeah, about 6 more questions there. But overall, we have covered. So we have covered all the 10 chapters. So we can get more questions and keep doing this. Let me check the pulse with the office. So if you think we need to move on, we can do a few more as well. Some are, this is chapter wise. And I sometimes what I do is depending on the requirement, I do mixed questions without mentioning the chapter. You get mix of questions like the exam so that you should be able to figure out how to respond. So let's see if we do a couple of that as well, so that you can get a better idea. If so, we will meet next week. But let the office decide and communicate with you all. Right. Thank you. We'll see you the next day, depending on the outcome. Good night.